Busted on that beat. Ho, mustard! Homies, I can dab, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off. Turn this TV off. Turn this TV off. Turn this TV off. Oh, yeah, this is the, I don't know what episode this is. I don't care what episode this is. This is an episode of Pokemon Insurgents. I am clearly drunk and I'm about to enjoy this. So we're going to do like all the post-game side quests. We also have to explore all of Holon. Yeah, that's the region from the card games, the TCG trading card game. So yeah, we're going to start by going to the lake. We're going to get into a fight with a guy who has a ferret, which is awesome. I've never seen 91 ferret in my life. And yeah, we're going to kill that ferret because, I mean, it is a Pokemon battle, but I wish we could have caught it or something. I don't know. I saw this one YouTuber who put on like a stream of like, where there was this Pokemon ROM hack, I think it was like Fire Red, where you could you played as Team Rocket and you can like, once you defeated an enemy, you could take their Pokemon from them. I would totally want to steal this guy's level 91 ferret. Anyway, you can't exit this lake from the top until you actually go and find the secrets of this lake, which means you got to go to a dive spot and see an event. But anyway, this is where you get the TMs for Grass Knot and Rock Slide, because apparently you aren't allowed to have Rock Slide before the very end. No, not the very end. The post game, actually. This is after the game is already over, right? We've been playing for hours after the game is over. We've already beaten Ash, right? We've beaten Red, and we still didn't have Rock Slide until we got here. Like, what is this? Like, all your steel and rock type moves, by the way, are locked in the post game, like, basically, if they're physical. But anyway, you go into this dive spot or the other one to the right of it, and you're able to get to this hole here. You're supposed to only have 3 minutes to do this, but you don't need 3 minutes. You see Regice and Regice, the Delta version, fighting each other. You interrupt that, they kind of act like you just caught your parents having sex, and then I mean, that's honestly all you had to see down here, but I'm going to go exploring some more because this is my first time. So this rock climb is where you get to find both the Politoedite and Delta Dratini. Delta Dratini, in my opinion, is OU in this game. It is a it's basically Lantern if it was a pseudo legendary. If it had Dragonite stats, it's Lantern. So yeah. Politoedite lets you get Politoed with Drizzle if you don't. Well, here's the thing. There's no point in getting Politoedite because it also requires Rock Climb. Whatever. Who cares? Whatever. Anyway, this is how you get to the Pokemon over here. I don't know which Pokemon this is. But it's a Pokemon that you can get to. So yeah, it's just a hidden dive spot to the right of it, by the way. Anyway, after you leave here, if you want to find Delta Turtwig, it's up in the right-hand corner of the map. Oh, and also Delta Servine is down in the bottom right corner of the map, in a dive spot. So you'll see me get there, yeah. And then you got to just solve a very easy strength puzzle. It's not even a strength puzzle. It's just rocks. You don't have to use strength. I guess the rocks are slippery because they're on the seafloor. And yeah. Up here. Am I going to the top right now? I was just checking the right side of this underwater cave. And yeah, here we go. There's Delta Turtwig. You can check that out. And then, yeah. Hold up. I'm trying to get on track real quick. Because I know this, I'm probably going to title this in a way to tell you that I'm getting all of the Zygarde cells, but there are a few that you're not going to see during this episode just because I've already gotten them. But I'm going to make sure that I cover those to the maximum extent possible, audioly. But anyway, you see Professor Maple, who I thought was a woman and apparently is a guy, being more and more evil, which is cool. I don't think we've ever dealt with an evil Pokemon professor in the main series game, so that's awesome. Unless you count, you know, Professor Oak smashing your moms. Yeah, I'm just checking out this. I think this is Settlement Alpha. I'm just checking out the settlement real quick. I just clicked A way too fast with that lady, and she gives me the Firestone. So here we want to get the TM for Poison Jab, and to get it, you got to find the fire, which I just passed. It was below me with that big old rock there. And then you just go northeast from the fire. So there's the fire, and then all I had to do was go northeast, but I didn't know that, so I just go too far again, and I kind of track back, and I'm like, where the heck is it? Where is it? And then you see I come back to the fire, and it's, oh, it's up there. There you go. It's like northeast, really. And you just, it's behind there. TM84 Poison Jab. And then I fight this guy because I can't manage my movement. And then we leave. And yep, heal. And we're still talking to people. Like, oh, by the way, if you didn't get Hidden Power at the Sonata Tracks, Hidden Power, Sword Stance at the Sonata Tracks, you can get it here, by the way. Yep. And we're moving forward. There's going to be a Zygarde cell to our right here, or I'm just going to go for this Hyperspace Hole first. So this is going to have the TM for Rock Polish for all your slow rock types. Nice to have, +2 speed. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little 2-step there. And to our right here, we're going to see that Zygarde cell hiding. Like I said, even though I haven't officially started the Zygarde cell hunt yet, I'm still on the lookout for them. And go to the right here. There's an Ivy Stone. It's always great because those are pretty rare. And then we're going to get into a fight with our rival, Nora. This is going to be our final fight with Nora. So this is her final team, her final lineup. She's going to complain about Professor Maple being like crazy. I mean, we clearly already know that he's crazy, but whatever. We're going to get into a fight with her. She's going to send out her Aegis Slash as usual to start the fight. We just happen to have Blastoise out first, so yeah, that Aegis Slash is not really prepared to deal with Blastoise. It's always a free kill, it feels like. Manatan, we send out Lunatone because we want Stealth Rock. However, Delta Maractus has Meteor Mash. I did not expect that. I should check that Pokemon out, honestly. Like, I really like Maractus normally, and just knowing that it's Delta form actually has cool stuff on it. It's pretty cool. Look at its wheel. It has like a little wheel on the bottom too. That's dope. Anyway, she's going to send out Darmanitan. This is normally a problem because it has Earthquake, but it's going to use Superpower instead, and we're just going to knock it out because the Darkness boosts our Surf by 50%. We just go ahead and knock it out. And then, once again, we are not fast enough to outspeed Delta Flygon, so it is going to one-shot us with Ancient Roar. We choose Meganium here because once we Mega Evolve, it doesn't have any super effective options against us unless it has like Fire Blast or something, but it doesn't. That'd be crazy if it wouldn't be really be a great, I don't know, does Flygon get Sludge Bomb at all? I don't think it does, but if it did, that'd be crazy. Anyway, once the darkness goes away, our fairy moves are much stronger, so it was literally just a waiting game. Celebi comes out for the final time. And we both Nasty Plot here. I don't know why Celebi bothered Nasty Plotting there. Yeah. The final Pokemon is going to be Florges again. And Florges is kind of a sleeper. You wouldn't think it is as scary as it is, but it's actually a pretty scary Pokemon because of its toxic. But since we didn't lose our Vespiquen this time, we are able to go ahead and stack Burn on it and then just start Calm Minding up. because it can't do anything to harm us. We are immune to Toxic, and Moonblast does a quarter damage, and especially after Calm Mind, it does nothing. Moonblast does lower our special attack, but I mean, let's face it, it's a matter of time. It's inevitable, like Thanos would say. Yep. You hit it again. Then one more should put it to sleep. Or we're gonna Calm Mind again. Look, it's gonna work out, alright? This is gonna work out eventually. I think I would just, yeah, Lava Plume through it, right? Or choose Dazzling Gleam instead. Yeah, Forges was actually completely helpless against Delta Vestal Queen here. Yeah, she's you know, glazing it, right? Like doing tricks on it right now. Like hyping us all the way up. But that was our last fight with her, so I guess, you know, we deserve a glaze. Anyway, we got a couple more fights with some nobodies. Barely survived that one with 12 hit points remaining. We swapped a Hydreigon off screen. And this stupid medium bounce, I just don't get along with that move. Somehow I always get paralyzed by bounce. But it worked out. Go down here, get an escape rope, nothing else. Head up. Over here to the left-hand side, you can go down a rock climb into the Mountainous Cave. And this Mountainous Cave is actually pretty important because you can find a lot of cool stuff here. After grabbing random goodies, down here in this rock climb area, you're able to get the Delta Cameruptite, which obviously allows you to Mega Evolve Delta Camerupt. The Zekrom Armor, and TM102, which is for, what's it called? Achilles Heel, which is a super powerful move if you have a Pokemon with an 8 ability, meaning Pixelate, Refrigerate, something like that. As long as it's not a type that has an immunity, yeah, Achilles Heel goes super hard with it. So you're going to see that on some builds eventually when I get around to like my competitive, or when I don't go over my competitive like wrap up of all the powerful things you can use. I'm going to cover all the things that go really good with Achilles Heel. And of course, if you have Scrappy, Achilles Heel is pretty good too. So the way it works is that it's always super effective no matter what. So now we're picking up Snowballs. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I think there's like 5 Snowballs here. That's number 4. Number 5. And then while we're here, so I cannot solve this puzzle, I don't think. I didn't look up the solution for this one. I just assumed I couldn't solve it because, yep, my game keeps glitching out. Just like with the first mountain puzzle on Victory Road. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to activate cheat menu, and I'm just going to enable walk through walls, and I'm just going to get to the end of the puzzle because this is way too much. Like, yeah. If my game wasn't glitching out, then I would try to solve it normally, but obviously that's not the move here. And then I realized I can't move unless I re-enable it and then disable it again. So that gives us Cryogonite, which gives you the ability Sleep for your Mega Cryogon, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to talk to Maple again. Yeah, we're going to talk to Maple again. By the way, I've been researching different things that I would bring earlier into the game, as far as abilities to establish weather, because it kind of sucks that you have to wait so long into the game for so many of your weather setters, like Mega Reuniculus is like the only Trick Room setter, and yeah, you don't get that until you've already beaten the Elite Four rematches. So that's one thing that I would bring way earlier into the game. Mega Cryogonite is another one that I would bring in earlier. Yeah, other stuff, yeah, stuff like that. Alright, so once we found those early snowballs for Settlement Foxtrot, you see I just got the red orb. If you have a Primal Groudon or Groudon, that will make it a Primal Groudon. And then you can come over here. This will be our first actual Relic Song tile puzzle. So this is actually the hardest one. There is a website where you can just input the tiles and it'll solve it for you step by step, and that is what I used here. So this took 5 minutes in real time. I shortened it. This is ×8 speed, by the way. I shortened it quite a bit. And yeah, so we started with the hardest one. So that's our first mysterious scroll. And yeah, we're just going to go from there. Up here in this pool is where you can catch a Delta Remoraid. Also, we're going to get a Zygarde cell here. Remember, even though we haven't officially started the hunt, we will be collecting these if we see them, just so that we don't have to go to places twice if we don't have to. That was the skill swap TM that we just blew past really super fast, TM59. And then up here, if you want Mega Charizardite X, that's the Charizardite X. Now we're going to go down here to where the professors are. Until I'm like exploring a bit because I haven't been here before. Now we see both Pine and Maple here. She's going to use a Master Ball because she's a dirty cheater. See, I'm still calling him she. He's going to use a Master Ball because he's a dirty cheater. It's the ponytail. Mustard. There's a blue orb for your Primal Kyogre. Now we're going to fly down to the lake, which is Settlement Alpha, then down to the lake. Oh wait, this lake is huge. That's your second location for Delta Turtwig. It just like pops in and out in different spots until it lands in a place where you can catch it. Then we see Pine and Maple fighting, and then Pine loses, so Maple, you know, flexes on her. And then we talk to her. And then we find out the truth that they're not even here to be studying. They're not even scientists. They're here to collect weapons for Jern. But of course we beat up Jern, so Jern's no longer a thing. But we're New Augur, so why don't we collect the weapons? Because that's what any normal 10-year-old would do. We hear about ultimate power, we're going for it. So yeah, we want the weapons now. And she's going to advise us to go get the weapons. So now we can go get the weapons. Now that dude who was blocking us from getting to the top of Settlement Juliet, where the Gaea core is, will no longer be blocking us. So we can just go straight back there to Settlement Juliet after I pass it, because yeah, why not? And I'll come back to land there. Now we can go up to that top right area. See, we're there now. And now we can collect the rest of the snowballs, which is more important than getting weapons. It's more important to get your snowballs. And now you see we're getting quite a few here. But these will be the amount we need to get up to 50. And that is important, that number 50. Because the number 55 will allow us to get TM13 Ice Beam over in Deyraan Town. So we just wind our way around. And sometimes they come in clumps like 2 or 5 or 3. So it's not just every stop is one snowball. Now we're getting multiples. This guy's going to ask us for 100 snowballs so that he can start attacking scientists. And we're like, sure. And yeah. And that's the last pack of 5 snowballs. So now you can see we have... How many snowballs do we have? 58. We have 58 snowballs. We need 55. So now we're able to pay that guy in Deyraan Town for Ice Beam. So we can fly our way down, back down to Settlement Foxtrot, and then hop on the train. And then we can fly to Deyraan. Talk to this dude. He's finally going to give us Ice Beam. Yeah, again, just like Rock Slide, we had to wait until like 15 hours after the game actually ended to actually get Ice Beam. That is insane. So anyway, we're going to do another quest while we're here because we just happen to be here. So this is the Snowmon quest, the Delta Misdreavus quest. So what you got to do is you got to look at all these snow people, all these snow Pokemon. What you'll notice is that there's kind of like a building war. By the way, there's no Zygarde cell. There's like a war going on between this unknown entity and this little girl, these siblings who are trying to build snowmen faster than whatever is building them. But as you can see, this entity is building only ghosts, while the little girl and little boy are building all kinds of types. And you have to kind of go around a few times. There's Jigglypuff, there's Trevenant. Obviously, that was built by the Ghost Lover. And here we go. We see Greninja. And then once you find Greninja and these two siblings over here, you're finally ready to confront the culprit, which is Delta Misdreavus. And then, yeah, put it to sleep, use a Delta Ball. You can weaken it if you're at a low enough level, but I'm not. By the way, this thing has a hidden ability called Winter Joy that makes it, and catch this, 40% increase to its special attack, special defense, and speed during the real life months of November, December, and January. And I think maybe February as well. Which is absolutely bananas busted. This is me with my Hidden Power Ground variant. Obviously, its special attack is probably a little bit too low. I would need to breed it until its special attack is higher than that. But I was just trying to get Hidden Power Ground no matter what, because both Ice and Fairy combo very well with Ground type. So, yeah. We're going to move forward. Now we have 103 snowballs from talking to those girls, or those siblings, which is going to be important later on. Remember that we have 100 now. A Zygarde cell over here in Telner Town, next to the lab. Then we're going to go to the Shade Forest to the Kota Darkrai. We're going to get another cell down here in the bottom right prison block. And by the way, we're not slowing down in speed at all during this cell search, so we're going full speed ahead. Midna Town, now we got to go. By the way, if you want to go to the back up to Nara Town, that's how you do it. But anyway, down at the bottom of Midna Mine, where we first met Nora, that's where you get another Zygarde cell. All right, Cyan Cavern. Here it's going to be on the bottom floor, and then above the pool where you dive for the Feraligatorite. Boom. There's another one. All right, Suntouch City is going to be above the gym. Before that, we're going to heal real fast because I have been doing a lot, and we're also going to buy a lot more escape ropes because I've been using them like hotcakes. We're going to go up and behind, and boom, Zygarde Cell. All right, now we're going to go down to Route 3. And inside this house where we got Delta Scyther, boom, got it. All right, now we're going to go down to the Perfection Laboratory. My laboratory! We're just up here, up this river from Meiji Town, and boom, in that flower field. And then we're going to fly to Vipik Town, and we're going to go into the Vipik dump, right? And you gotta kind of find this hidden area right here. Like it's, yeah, there's like a little, yeah, just follow the route I followed. By the way, up above me is where Beedrillite is. I did collect it, but I didn't like, you know, put that on stream. Anyway, on Misty Way is going to be our second tile puzzle. This is actually the first one though. This is the easiest one. So you just literally have to place the tiles where they belong. The only reason this would be difficult is because you don't know what the solution looks like at this point. But solve it, and then we're going to move forward to the right. We're going to go to Mist Island here. And I'm going to get completely lost a couple times, but here we're going to find the Latiosite, and a couple TMs. So that was Latiosite. Latiosite is going to be, oh, Zygarde Cell, by the way. So there's another one. Latiosite or Latiosite is going to be over here in the bottom right. Yep, left, excuse me. And then up there is going to be a TM for like acrobatics, but I'm going to miss it. Dragon Tail is right there, TM60. And then right there is TM for acrobatics on the inside. All right, now we're going to head on over to the town that's to the left here. I forgot what it's called. Koril Town. We're going to go to Coral Cave. This means, by the way, when you're starting this, you're going to want a Pokemon with a fighting move for Rock Smash. And you're going to want a Psychic user for Strength. So we're going to solve this one. This one is just a swap puzzle. It's barely harder than the first type of puzzle that we just did on Misty Way. So this will be our third puzzle, but it's supposed to be your second. Solve it, get your mysterious scroll, and then we'll leave. And we're going to fly right back, and we're going to go to this house on the bottom left here, right next to the lab. There's going to be a cell inside, and we're going to go ahead and go up into the desert. In the desert, we're going to find another cell. It's going to be right above us here. Yep, there we go. And yeah, we're going to fly again to Roggen Town. We're going to go into the Battle Frontier. Boom, Zygarde Cell. Back in Roggen Town. Honestly, I didn't need to go this route from I could have gone from Helios Town, but I forgot that this. Yeah, never mind. I'll disregard. Anyway, we're going to fight this lady because she got in our way. We might have to fight somebody else too. I forgot. But there's a Zygarde Cell right there next to the bridge. All right, going forward, we're going to get another Zygarde core inside the mustard. We're going to go to the secret base, secret black market thingy, and we're going to go find another Zygarde Cell. So the routing here is going to be kind of funky because I didn't actually do these in this exact order that I'm displaying. So yeah, in theory, I should have just gone down to like kind of leftish in order to get to where I'm going next, because where I'm going next is to the supermarket. And once I get there, I'm going to go back down into the same sewers, but I'm just going to go left and up, or kind of counterclockwise-ish, to reach the to reach the next Relic Song wall. So, or I should say, mysterious scroll thingy. Yep, so you see going left, kind of looking for the way there. It's basically literally counterclockwise. I don't know the route that I would take from that Zygarde cell, but whatever. And like, again, yeah, you needed Aura Sphere for that, or just Rock Smash in general. Alright, so this one, this one's one where you can rotate stuff. So one thing you'll notice here is that the edges on the top and left side are light, and on the bottom and right side are dark. So if you have your piece in the right direction, it'll be obvious because the edges are like, they'll be lined up that way, with the light parts on the top and left and the dark parts on the bottom and right. So keep that in mind whenever you go to rotation stuff. Alright. Next up, we're going to Gaea Town. We have a couple things to do there. First, there's going to be a Zygarde cell over here. Remember, I was wondering what the heck is that for, that area for, because there's nothing there. That's what it's for. We want to fight a couple people here that we didn't fight our first time around. Lucky crit on Delphox there. Nothing over there to surf on. Another fight. By the way, I was thinking about Golduck, and Golduck would actually be really a sleeper. So you can catch a Psyduck or Golduck earlier in the game around Misty Way. And just thinking about all the weather teams that you fight in the mid game, starting with Deyraan, like, yeah, you can use custom move Ice to great effect there. Anyway, to get to this core, we're going to solve the strength puzzle. I don't know if there was a better way to do it. Maybe come from a different side. But I always come from the right side. I don't know. Anyway, I'm proving that you can do it from the right side. So, we're doing it from the right side. There's your Zygarde core. And then we're going to fly back to Gaea Town. And we're going to... Because honestly, trying to solve the puzzle to get out of it is a pain in the butt. And we're going to go around, down, and then we're going to go up to the Alpha Temple, where we're going to find another cell on our top right door here. There we go. And now we're going to go to the Cave of Steam. And right here by this ladder is our next Zygarde cell. Escape from there. And then down in this house on the farthest left-hand side, or outside of it rather, that's going to be our next Zygarde cell. And then down here in Utira Town, inside the museum, is going to be a core. And then we're going to go back up to Route 9 in the tunnel. Go around. So down here is a max repel. But under this bridge here is the next Zygarde cell. And then we're going to fly to the Whirl Islands. Go enter the bottom right cave. And then just work our way northwest. More so west. And here's the next puzzle. This is the exact same as the last one, except that it's a swap, which doesn't really increase the difficulty at all, honestly. As long as you're working your way from top to bottom, left to right, a swap does not increase difficulty at all. You can tell, like, honestly, I feel like the swaps might be a little bit easier than the placements. Alright, so next Zygarde cell in the stands at the tracks. Then we're going to go to the basement of the retirement home. Here's another one. Fly to Kepler. And then we're going to go inside the gym. Then kind of on this third area here to the left hand side is going to be our cell. Town, got a couple things to do here. So first we're going to go to the Safari Zone. To the southeast area where the desert is. Climb this mesa. There's our cell. Going to fly out of it, back to Nora. Enter this dive spot. This normally takes you to the power plant, the power farm. But there's also, before that, a cave with a relic song. This one's going to be cut in half from top to bottom. So remember what we were talking about before about the halves or about the top and the yada yada. So remember that the top pieces, the top halves are always going to have the light spots on the top of them. The bottom halves are always going to have the dark pieces at the bottom of them. So as you can see, like on the left hand, oh, honestly on both sides, I have some kind of weird stacking going on. It looks all choppy. That's because I have pieces in like the wrong orientation. So yeah, you can solve a lot of your problems with this puzzle. This is actually a pretty hard puzzle, but you could solve a lot of your problems just by knowing that the grays are supposed to go on the tops of the four, like of the squares, and the dark are supposed to go on the bottom of the squares. You can tell I'm learning that a little bit better and I'm matching it up. And then I'm just looking for anything that's wrong with it. Yep, and we got it. That was a pretty hard puzzle, by the way. That was actually pretty hard. The next one's going to be even harder, by the way. The next two puzzles are like the hardest besides the first puzzle that I did, but I just had a computer solve it for me, so yeah. And then go ahead and take that Zygarde cell that was in the woods. Fly here, go backwards, and then down here, get into a fight, I guess. But really, there's a Zygarde cell here. To the right of this guy that we just fought. Boom. Fly back to town, and then in the lighthouse, on the top floor, tippy top floor, down here in the bottom left. And then, see, I have issues because of how fast I'm moving. We're going to go to the top of the Dragon Ruins, and honestly, I could have grabbed this one as soon as I got the Zygarde cube, but I just didn't. I wanted to kind of leave it as a demonstration, but honestly, I kind of hate this area now because of how many times I've been up and down it. But yeah, there's a Zygarde cell all the way up there to the top right. And this is at like times 7 speed, by the way, so yeah. That was actually much slower than you saw it. Inside this house, to the right hand side is the Zygarde cell. I'm going to fly to Amphitrite. Go backwards to Route 15. And then into the cave. All the way in the back, there's a hyperspace hole we're going to have to take. Alakazite's here for your Mega Alakazam. And then there's a Zygarde cell there. Re-enter the hole. You can come out the left side if you want to. You have to fight somebody. But the goal... Honestly, you don't even need to do this. You could just fly back to Amphitrite if you want to. But the reason I'm coming here is, number one, to start that quest for Delta Typhlosion. Number two, to pick up the TM for Flash Cannon there. So you just saw it. That is an option, especially a very good option for Delta Blastoise. And I just missed it earlier in the game. I should have grabbed it. All right, so we're going down to Crystal Caves for the millionth time. Again, another area that I'm getting sick and tired of. Fortunately, they made it pretty because they overuse it like a mug. But we're gonna work our way through it. First, we're gonna stop off in the. We're gonna heart swap down here to get to the cave of Terminus Cave. You're gonna see that there is a Zygarde there now. That Zygarde lets you swap your Zygarde from 10% to 50% form. So just be aware of that. There was a Zygarde cell at the bottom right, bottom left there, by the way. Now we're going to go into this cave, which is where our next song wall is, or whatever our next puzzle is. This one's harder than the last one. I think the same trick applies when lights are on the left and darks are on the bottom, or on the left or on the right. So lights on the left, darks on the right. However, I didn't really use that here. I just kind of tried to solve it. But yeah, split in half this way is harder. But yeah, just work your way from top to bottom as usual. Top to bottom, left to right. It is just a swap puzzle. It's not that difficult. And then, yeah, if it looks right and you're not getting a confirmation, those two pieces in the middle on the sides there are probably your culprit. By the way, I used a guide, and I'm going to link this guide. If I didn't link this guide, let me know that I lied to you guys. But I'm going to try to remember to link this guide in the description, in the comments too. That gave me all the websites for the answers. Because there's one more website that we're going to use to solve the Taurus puzzle for rotations. And that one would be, I wouldn't have solved it without it. I would have to basically restart over and over again until I got the right lineup for it. DNA spices we picked up so that we can combine, I forgot what the name of that, Kyurem. And then up there in the spear pillar at the top right was another Zygarde cell. So up here behind the big screen where we got Flamethrower, there's also going to be a Zygarde core. The cores are pink. That's how you can distinguish them. And then we're going to go to the right hand side over here to Mount Rose. We're going to go through the border because it's just slightly faster, I feel. And you can see me kind of like confused as to where to go. A shiny ball is there, by the way. And there's a Zygarde cell on the top left hand side. Now we're going to fly back here. So this is the hardest one. This is why I left it for last, the Fiery Cave. If you're wondering why I passed it and didn't mention it, that's why. But yeah, this is the one. So you just work your way from second row to fix the top, third row to fix the second row, fourth row to fix the third row, and then you have 4 outcomes. It can either be correct, it can be incorrect because of the middles, incorrect because of the sides, or incorrect because of all 4. I got the worst possible outcome here. Fortunately, the website does give you the number of turns that you have to do in order to fix it, so I just did that and it's done. Alright, so now that we have all 8 scrolls, we can go to here. And here is Samsara Cave, the top right waterfall, and then take the rock climb area. We've been here before, previous episode, but yeah, we're actually going to go all the way this time. So, by the way, one of the Zygarde cells was here. I did pass it, but it was here. Right before you got to this first lock, it was there. So I'm looking around, exploring. I'm not finding anything. There isn't going to be anything, by the way, to find besides stuff that's clearly out and about, like this revive here. But yeah, as you proceed, you just continue putting mysterious scrolls into these locks and breaking them. By the way, these mysterious scrolls are not key items, they're regular items. So if you really wanted to, you could use cheat menu to just purchase 8 of them for $0, and then yeah, you could immediately get Meloetta and Relic Song throughout the entire game. That might be something I do for like a cheat run. I think I'm going to do a cheat run later. But here's Meloetta. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't come out with its own like, because you know all the other legendaries and mythicals get their own like intro, but Meloetta didn't. Yeah. Here I'm going to, I don't know, I'm not very familiar with Meloetta. Apparently, I guess it can bounce back sound moves. I didn't know that about it. But yeah, it does that to me quite a few times. Alright. Cool. Now we're leaving. Now we officially have Relic Song. There's going to be in Nara Town, there's a cell right next to the stairs to the left of them. And then going backwards onto Route 16, there's a cell here in the grass, a little bit to like the rightish side. Then we're going to go to Victory Road. I would actually recommend coming from the bottom instead of the top like I did, because you should have already cleared out the bottom anyway. And also it makes the next part a lot more simple. But either way, I'm going to have to activate cheat menu to get this this core. Or did I? I think I did. Yeah, I have to activate cheat menu to get this core, I think. Actually, no, I don't. I didn't have to activate cheat menu. The only reason I activated it at all is because I needed to go to the other side. So that's why I need to come from the bottom. If you solve the puzzle once, then it makes more sense to come from the same side. So just come from the bottom. Come from the fire area into the ice area instead of from the ruinous area into the ice area. But yeah, we're just clearing up stuff that we didn't fight the first time around. Yep. Noticing how all these trainers named after like gods and stuff had Tyr, and I think one was called Ragnarok or whatever, Armageddon, whatever the heck he was called. Alright, so here's the correct way to do it. Again, we're solving this puzzle. And I know I can solve this puzzle because I've done it before. Sometimes my game cannot solve puzzles. Because, I don't know, my phone just crashes whenever... I'm not even going to blame my phone. RPG Maker just crashes whenever I try to do it. But there's the Zygarde core. And then you just finish solving the puzzle. By the way, we do have a Kyurem here that we could catch, but I'm not prepared to catch it. I don't have any Gardevours on me. I think I might have had a naive one on me, but I don't know if I wanted naive. I wasn't mentally prepared to catch Kyurem. Anyway, so back here in Foxtrot, there was a cell on the left-hand side of the lab. We already got that in a previous episode. So now we're going to go down here to the pyramid. Again, we could have got this in the previous episode as well, but we didn't. There's a cell up there. And then, remember in the beginning of the episode when we were in, actually no, never mind. So we're going into the marsh now, and on the far, far right side of the marsh, we're going to find another cell. I'm going to pass it a little bit, but it's like literally the furthest right you can go. You can tell I'm a little bit lost here. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm still looking for it. There we go. There's a Zygarde cell. And then we got to find our way out of it. I don't really want to activate Surf because I didn't use Surf to get there. So I was like, I don't need to Surf to get out of there. All right. Now we're going to fly. And now we're going to go back into the jungle. So remember the beginning of the episode when we went into the jungle to get Poison Jab? So it turns out we could have gotten something else here too as well. So this cell is actually a pain in the butt. So I'm going to show you how to do it the hard way, and I'm going to describe how to do it the right way. So the hard way is to, do all this nonsense. You have to keep in mind that the regular looking trees are actually a problem because they are actually hard hitboxes. Whereas those freaky looking trees have almost no hitbox to them. So you're basically trying to dodge the lighter green trees. And sometimes they just form a wall. Especially vertically, they form walls for, against you, trying to move horizontally. But the best way to do this is to go directly right from the beginning of the area until you reach an area that's full of these mushroom Pokemon. And then you go southeast from there. So down right from there. This is where the cell is. It's also near the area where you find Delta Gaputo. And you can tell we've finished now because I have all 5 cores and all 45 cells. So we are done. We have the ability to get completed Zygarde. And now we're going to head back to finish one more quest. This is going to be the last piece of the Snowball quest. Remember this guy asked for 100 Snowballs? Well, now we have them. So, yeah. He's going to take 50 for us because he was just trolling. And now he's going to start sniping scientists with Snowballs. And he's going to give us 15 Ivy Stones in return. So, that'll be it for this episode. If you've enjoyed it, remember to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let me know you glazing. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Squirrel out.